Welcome back to Great Day Washington. Well, we have been talking about spring cleaning a lot this week because it turns out decluttering our space doesn't just refresh our homes, it can refresh our minds too. Our guest today has simple, doable strategies to help us spring clean with a purpose. Lisa Rigoni is the owner and chief declutter officer of the Organizing Mentors, and she is here with us now. She also wrote the best-selling book 17th Spatula and the Man Who Fried an Egg. That's quite a title. 17 Spatulas and the Man Who Fried an Egg. I love that. Thanks. We're going to get to that because that is a great title of a book. But first, tell us, why is springtime such a great time to kind of get in the mode of spring cleaning, and also why is it great for our mental health?
Well, first, open the windows. It just gets out all the old stale air. Everyone feels better when there's, freshness.
For sure.
And for the mental clutter, my tagline is reclaim your space mentally and physically. So it's always a good time to be doing that. But spring just seems like a new beginning, starting out fresh. And that doesn't mean like when my grandmother used to spring clean the floorboards, the ceiling, the walls, everything.
Daunting.
Now it's just what isn't working for you or what got stagnant over the winter.
Yeah.
And what makes it, better for you.
Yeah, that's a good
And then
point.
the mental clutter is being stuck.
Yeah.
And just one small something will change it.
Anyone who's cleaned out their closet, they know that feeling when it's all tidy. They feel mentally great. We know that. It's just about remembering to do it a little bit more often, maybe before years go by and things get, crazy. But we know that feeling. We just need to do it more often. What's the biggest mistake that people make when they're trying to get organized?
Trying to do it all at once.
Like the grandmothers, they did it all.
Yeah. Or we have to do the garage this weekend because it's going to be nice, and you can't get your cars in the garage.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You can't get that done. So you're setting yourself up for disappointment.
Yeah.
How to eat an elephant, one bite at a time.
Yes.
One drawer, one little thing, and then you feel good, and then you're like, oh, this feels great. I can do a little bit more.
Okay.
So don't tackle everything in one weekend.
Okay.
How long did it take to get that way?
Years.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to take, and it takes dedication to get it back to how you want it.
Yeah. Okay. That is a great. So that's the biggest mistake that people are making.
I think so.
So what can someone's listening right now and they're like, she's talking to me, I need to do it. What's like the first thing, just one thing that they can do today to get started?
Buy my book.
There we go.
And
all the answers are in there.
So the name of my company used to be Leave It to Lisa.
Okay.
So I created the LITL system, LITL, LITL.
Okay.
So the first step you can do, the first step in the book or the system is let it go. When you go in your closet, what are the things you don't want?
There you go.
Let it go.
Good.
It's easier, you know. And then when there's that, I don't know, what should we do? We might use it. Move on. Just do the first step. One drawer, one closet, even in your purse.
There you
purses
go.
get
Start
cluttered.
small, our little purse.
Yeah, just let it go.
I love it. Let it go. That is great. So don't be so overwhelmed with the whole closet. Just start with what is something that's been in here for years, haven't touched, let it go.
Or how you feel. Why are you feeling the mental clutter in a space?
Yeah.
We all know what we don't want. Sometimes we don't know what we do want.
Yeah. Oh,
so we see what's the stuff that's there that we don't want is gone.
Yeah. I know you talk about that in your book a little bit, kind of how things are not just the things. It's like we have these emotional attachments, and why are we not getting rid of them? Tell me about the title. How did this come up?
So I have always used the number 17 when I exaggerate. Oh. Right? Took us 17 miles to get there or whatever. And then I met a woman who had 17 spatulas. And what she taught me—
That's one too many.
It's one too many. It was 9 too many for her. Was to keep the things that serve a purpose, that you love, that are meaningful to you, not because of how they look, but serve a purpose.
I see.
So we keep things and the things she didn't want were the spatulas her parents or grandkids gave her to replace the old ones.
Yeah.
But the important was the one that was melted and, that she loved.
Yeah.
And then the Man Who Fried an Egg was a gentleman I worked with for 8 months. He was my first hoarding client. And he couldn't use his kitchen, he couldn't use anything, and about 8 months after we worked, he called me and he said, Lisa, I just want you to know I fried an egg in my kitchen for the first time in 8 years.
Oh, wow.
So
that's a success story.
That's a lot of, people
Yes.
have 17 spatulas or a whole house.
There you go.
So,
thank you so much.
yeah,
that is a great title. I hope people get this book and read this book. For more tips on how to clean with a purpose, visit theorganizingmentors.com.